Hello? Okay. This is Admiral Goss. Yeah, I come in here to bring you a beginner's build. So, I may be already level 50, but you can get this build as early as level 24. You can get these builds as early as level 24. It's the snake build set that you get from killing the cultists. Now, the cultists that you'll need to kill for that is in this tree right here. They are the Eye of Cosmos tree. So you'd be killing them, you'd be getting this build. Well, not the build itself, you'll be getting only armor for this build, really. This is a beginner's build because the beginners will have easier access to poison damage. Now, I'm going to tell you now, in the beginning, what you want to do is upgrade this, and up to here, and all this right here. Forget about the fire, you don't need it right now. You want the fire when you're level 40. So you want to reset your abilities at level 40. And, well, we'll deal with that in another video. Okay. What you want to build up is your venom abilities. It's basically your poison mastery skill and your venom attacks while you're leveling up to level 24. Because at level 24, you'll gain access to this armor set right here. And I'm going to teach you how you can get this armor set and make it badass as hell. Okay. Now, let me tell you which engravings you're going to want for this badass armor set. The engravings you want, they're going to be two real good engravings that you want. And that's adrenaline per crit and elemental buildup. See, you gain these, you can engrave the adrenaline per crit on weapons and arms. That's it. That is about it. But for elemental buildup, you can put them on arms, torso, and waist. And depending on the elemental buildup you obtain, you can put it on also weapons. Like if you see here. Now, I'm going to say I'm going to recommend you to, if you want to put out as much DPS as you want, I'm going to recommend you to do this. Go to the store, and there's only one weapon I want you to obtain. One. Out of all the other weapons, there's just one weapon. That's really fucking good, because this build will out DPS the Spartan's Renegade build. That gives you 50% damage, crit damage with warrior abilities. My build, this beginner's build, out DPSs that. By a long shot. Especially when you max out your character, even though you're never going to use the poison again after I give you the second video. You're going to just destroy everything in your path. Now, I'm going to also be showing the destruction of death after I explain more about the build to you. But let's get to the weapon that you want to get, and the reason why you want to get this weapon. I already own the weapon, but you'll find it in the gear tab. Since I already own it, it's going to be in my own tab. Okay, it's called the Olympian Torch. Now, why you want this weapon is because it will help you unlock this 50% elemental buildup with warrior abilities. It stacks with everything else. So, also, a lot of people, I don't know if they know, but even if you're not holding that weapon right there, the Olympian Torch, it will stack with the abilities of your first weapon. I don't know if they fixed that yet, but that's how it works. And it's freaking great, because you just destroy everything in your path. But you're going to get this weapon, the Arachne Stinger, at level 36. Because there's a certain mercenary you have to kill to obtain this weapon. And that's when you're going to be able to fully push out as much DPS as you can with this build. But without further ado, let's keep on going. 25% elemental buildup. That's what you want. You want elemental buildup on anything you can put on, because that's going to be another great thing. Warrior damage, or whatever damage you use the most, hunter, if you prefer assassin. But I'm going to tell you now, if you want to utilize any ability in this game, it's your warrior abilities. I only have, as you saw when you looked at my abilities tabs, I only have one warrior ability. I mean ranged ability I use. Only one ranged ability. The reason why is because they're not that good, to be honest. Like, the ranged abilities aren't. They look awesome, they sound awesome, but they're not really that good. I'm gonna tell you from experience. I've reset my abilities to figure out and to use all of the sets of things in this game a long time. For a long time. I've reset my abilities at least 10 times, trying to figure out where were the best builds and stuff to utilize and to gain more DPS on my builds. So let me keep on going. So these are the main abilities that you want on your tab. You want this ability. You don't want Shield Breaker. Shield Breaker's garbage. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's horrible. You want Ring of Chaos. You want Second Wind. Obviously, it's your maximum survivability, because you can refill your health to 50% when you max it, 25%, and if I'm correct, 15 to 20% if it's not maxed. Don't hold me on that because I don't remember. You also want to max this out as fast as you can. The Weapon Master and Gear Master, which also increases your crits, reduces range damage received, and increases your armor. Until you're able to max out your spear to, if I'm correct, level 3 or 4, you cannot max out these abilities to level 3, so they'll be stuck on 2, but you still will be doing a substantial amount of damage in your low level. In level 24, or even once you hit level 36, that you're able to fully utilize this build, you're going to be destroying, you're going to be wrecking things. That's what I'm going to tell you now. You're going to be wrecking things. And I'm level 50 right now, and I don't like this build, but I don't like it because I'm already a high level and I already have a better build that sorely out DPSs this. As you can see, this is... You see that warrior damage? It's not even the max of what I can do. This is just the minimum amount of I can do with the poison. It's the poison build is the snake set is a beginner's build, and that's the reason why it capses at 5,000 to 5,000 of the same amount. But when I switch to another set, which we'll be dealing with that in another video, you're gonna notice that I do tens of thousands amounts of damage, or even 20, depending on the amount of poison damage I do. I haven't really built it up, as you can notice, that I don't have as a lot of like poison damage on this bow, which you get obviously at level 29, as you can tell. Which will be good because that means you get this also off of a. If I'm correct, you get it off of a mercenary. I do not remember entirely, but it's either you get that off of a mercenary or from one of the legendary boxes. But okay, without further ado, let's keep it going. I'm elongating this for too much. Okay, 25% build up. How you get this engraving? How you get this engraving is by killing a no. By inflicting damage over time 200 times. That's how you get this build up. I think they give it to you for free, and then to get it to max it out, you have to keep on killing people and building up. Basically, it's do damage over time a lot. And while you're leveling up to get the second set, which is the a fire set that you're gonna want, which I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna that's endgame at that point. Fire is the best thing in this game, but for beginners, the best thing you want is poison. Because I'm gonna tell you now, damage over time is better than burst damage in this game. It's just how it works in this game, at least. Well, okay. So you're gonna want your 10% warrior damage, which you just upgrade by leveling. 25, I already told you. For your adrenaline per crit, this is another really good thing you're gonna want, because you're gonna be able to keep on pushing out warrior abilities like that shit's candy. It's like you're gonna be a candy maker and shit, and the candy's popping out, and that's your adrenaline. Because it's really fucking good, I'm telling you now. Well, you will see while I'm decimating a whole legion of people with this build. But okay, let's level up that Fang Bow to level 50 and engrave it. Really good engraving, and then we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you what this build can do. Sorry, that was doing laundry and telling me it's time to go down. But first we're gonna show you destruction before we go and do that. For the 50%, okay. Gonna put that bad thing on there and show you. I don't really use bows really much. You're gonna see why. I just destroy everything on the battlefield without really doing much. Now, there was an update today, and I noticed that a lot more mercenaries were going after me. Yeah, that's a weird thing for me. I'm also gonna set that for a separate video. And how to obtain the horse, because there's a lot of misconceptions with that I've read online. Okay, let's fight for the Spartans today.
Eagle bearer, here to share in our coming victory?
You seem pretty confident about the battle ahead. What makes you so certain you'll win?
After many skirmishes, we finally got those...
I'll share in your victory and your spoils.
Live to see the end of the battle, and you'll get your due, Mistios.
Yeah, no. He speaks a lot of nonsense. He doesn't know what Scourge is about to ravage the battlefield.
For Sparta!
Okay. For a beginner, they don't have what I'm about to use, but when you do become endgame, you do want to use this right here. As Battle Cry of 80s, it not only increases my damage by 50%, but I'm not going to use that right now because I want to show beginners how exactly they want to do what they want to do. So this is going to be perfect, actually. So I didn't upgrade this. This is going to be about beginner level stuff. You do this, and you just walk away. Doesn't do as much damage as my other abilities do on my fire, but see that? I just like smashed him. There was nothing he could do about it. See that damage over time? It scales to your level, so I'm doing a lot of damage to them for my level. Also, they're all my level, by the way. They're all level 50, and this is how much damage I'm doing. Oh, there's a mercenary on the battlefield.
You're destined to die at my hands!
Just decimating the enemy team. Haven't even lost that much health. No, he's not taking more damage. What the hell? Well, this is a beginner set, and I'm using it at level 50, so just imagine that it would go down a lot faster. Poison set's only a beginner build I can recommend. I'm gonna show you how like fast my next set, my next build would just like decimate everything. And there's nothing that they could do about it neither. Literally. It's even worse than this. This is just this is fairly good too already. Mind you, people want to shock poison up to be something like holy and rasp, but it's just not really that good. See, he just died. Oh, this is bad. I just used something wrong. Sorry about that. I just used the wrong ability. I'll wait for this fire to go away. Destroying them too fast. But you saw that, right? I just ended their existence, and there was nothing that they could do about it. So yeah, I highly recommend this build for people who are around level 24 to 36. You obviously see the great things about that. It's valor. That's all I have to say. Well, okay. Now, if you like the way I approach the builds, I'm sorry for like the noise in the beginning, but it's all good. The next video will be a lot different, kind of. If you liked it, if you didn't, I'm just here to give you information. So, yeah, like, subscribe, click that bell icon if I have it. I don't know, but do whatever you want. I'm gonna give you more I have more builds, and I also have some things that a lot of people are there's a lot of misconceptions about this game that a lot of people have that I've experimented and read online, and life comes up with different things that happened. Like the Abraxas horse, I can tell you how to really obtain it. And yeah. Okay then, you guys. Have a good one.